Well, here we go, Black and White Network. It is time to talk about Fani Willis again. Because you guys know, man, things are looking pretty bleak for Fani Willis. I mean, guys, Thursday is the day when Fani Willis will have to appear before the judge in the Trump case to determine whether or not she will be disqualified from this case. If that happens, guys, boy, it is over with, man. It is over with. The Trump case is done. Done. And there's a reason why Fani Willis did not want to go before this judge, because if she is thrown out of this case, the whole case is done. How many co-defendants are there? 14 now, I believe. Yeah. All their charges could be dropped. All because Fani Willis lied, used taxpayer money, paid Nathan Wade, who's not qualified. They have a sexual relationship. It's confirmed. They even confirmed that themselves. Now, here's the thing. They're trying to say that this thing started, after, I believe, sometime in 2021, 22. I don't remember exactly. They said that their relationship started after he was actually hired for this case. But nobody's believing that. Many people believe that this relationship started beforehand. And apparently there's a whole bunch of corruption in Fani Willis's office. There are whistleblowers right now that are willing to testify and say, yeah, there's corruption. They're using federal taxpayer money and also federal government money and also taxpayer money from Fulton County. Fani Willis, in my opinion, guys, is corrupt. They're going after Trump simply to elevate, their political future. But it seems like, guys, that Fani Willis, her political future is done. And Thursday could actually be the day. Because we already got the receipts, man. We know that Nathan Wade and Fani Willis actually flying around the country, the Caribbean, around the world. He got paid $654,000, guys. And he was busting her open because of their relationship. Yeah, Fani Willis, man, this may be her undoing forever. And that actually brings us to Rachel Maddow. Yes, MSNBC. I'm going to be using Rachel Maddow here. Yeah, I can't believe it, man. I believe this may actually be the first Rachel Maddow clip that I'm going to use, because even Rachel Maddow knows this thing is falling apart fast, because this is the one case right here where Donald Trump was to actually get into office again, that he actually cannot he can't pardon himself, because this is a state case, whereas the other stuff is federal cases. If he's the president, he can just pardon himself. This Georgia case is falling apart, guys. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, live stream every single Friday. If you're watching on Rumble, click that join button. We appreciate the support. You get access to the same thing. So here we go, guys. This is what we found out yesterday. Remember, Georgia judge rules evidence exists to possibly disqualify DA Willis in Trump election case. We all know that. I mean, a blind man can see that there is evidence, overwhelming evidence, if you actually ask me, because we got the receipts and people are willing to testify that this relationship started before Nathan Wade was hired. Yeah, this is bad, man. This is bad for one Fani Willis. Now, look here. This is a clip here from MSNBC. And Rachel Maddow is weighing in on the Fani Willis Thursday hearing. So we're only 2 days away from finding out her fate. And Rachel Maddow even says here that if Fani Willis is disqualified from this case, the whole case goes away, because nobody in her office can actually prosecute this case. Yeah. So let's go ahead and play this, guys.
Also on Thursday, Georgia prosecutor Fani Willis will be appearing at a hearing about whether or not she should be disqualified from her RICO case against Donald Trump in Georgia. Trump and some of his 14 co-defendants in Fani Willis's case in Georgia argue that she should be disqualified because she and one of the top prosecutors she hired for the case are involved in a personal romantic relationship. Now, Fani Willis has argued that nothing about that personal relationship is disqualifying. She's argued that Trump and his co-defendants are just using these allegations essentially as salacious distractions to try to muddy the waters and scuttle the case against them by creating a lot of public relations nonsense about this issue that has no legal consequence. That said, there was a hearing today on these allegations, and the judge in this case in Georgia said that these allegations against District Attorney Willis could result in Willis being disqualified from the case. And as such, he said he definitely wants to hear evidence on these allegations on Thursday of this week. So it all makes for a very, very busy week in terms of the legal part of our political news now. But it also puts District Attorney Fani Willis in quite a spot. I mean, regardless of what you or anybody else might think about Willis's personal relationship with this prosecutor and whether she did anything legally wrong here, the only person whose opinion really matters on that right now is the judge. And today in court, he did make clear, he did say explicitly that he thinks she might be disqualified from this case because of these allegations. Now, the key dynamic at work around this is that if Fani Willis is disqualified, fairly or unfairly, her whole office, the whole district attorney's office, is disqualified from working on that case, which would mean, in all likelihood, that whole case would go away.
Wow. You heard it right there from Rachel Maddow. Now, I'm going to continue on, but I was fully expecting Rachel Maddow to go full defense for Fani Willis. Seems like she can't do it because the evidence, man, is just overwhelming. Let's continue on.
And that is why Georgia State University law professor Clark Cunningham argued in the New York Times last month that the best thing Fani Willis could do to protect her case against Trump and his RICO defendants in Georgia would be for her to take a leave of absence, for her to take a personal leave of absence from the district attorney's office to turn over the case to a deputy district attorney. That would end these proceedings against her effectively, and it would leave her office in charge of the case, and the case could still go forward. We contacted Professor Cunningham about this today, these new developments. He told us, quote, this action, meaning a personal leave by District Attorney Willis, should be looked at strategically as the best option she has to make this enormously distracting controversy go away and to put the case back on track, still in the control of the Fulton County DA's office. If Judge McAfee grants any of the motions to disqualify Willis at the hearing Thursday this week, then her option to take leave probably disappears at that point. Now, I should also mention the Washington Post is reporting tonight that Trump plans to attend that Thursday hearing in Georgia so he can be there in the courtroom as the details of this personal relationship between Fani Willis and this other prosecutor are laid out in open court. That should make it all the more of a circus. There will also...
Actually, I can stop right there because I'm assuming this was probably yesterday when this came out, but Trump will not actually be there. I saw this morning where he was actually planning on being there, but he won't be there. He'll actually be, I believe, in New York, for one of these other Holtz cases as well. But there you have it right there, guys. Even Rachel Maddow knows that the writing is on the wall. I mean, her only play now is to step aside because they believe, man, that she doesn't step aside and they only got a few days. I don't believe she's going to step aside. It is going to be Judgment Day on Thursday, and this whole case looks like it's going to go away. We got the receipts. We got the receipts, man. There's way too much evidence. That's why Fani Willis could not deny that relationship. Seems like she was trying to hide it. But I guess, she realized that, they got me. They got me. The evidence is overwhelming, guys. Boy, even Rachel Maddow couldn't even defend Fani Willis. I was expecting that, but she couldn't. So that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.